Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the tutorial of Primavera, we are going to discuss about the resources in Primavera, and these are the things which we have to cover in this tutorial. Resources, types of resources, maximum units, assigning resources, and the histogram. So first I'm going to tell you that this tutorial is going to be very much important if we talk about understanding the resources in Primavera or understanding the resources in any planning software. You should know how many types of resources are there. आपको सबसे पहले ये पता होना चाहिए कि मार्केट में resources किस types के available हैं. If you don't know what resources are the things which are required to complete the project. आपको वो सारी चीज़ें जिनकी मदद से आप अपना project complete कर सकते हैं उनको resources कहते हैं. So how many types of resources are available? कितनी types के resources हैं जी? If you want to Google, you can Google the 4 famous M's of management. आप 4 M's of management को search करेंगे तो you will be having money, material, manpower, machinery. Of course, if you don't have money, अगर आपके पास पैसे नहीं आप project नहीं start कर सकते. You cannot start the project, you cannot complete the project. If you don't have material, you cannot, of course, construct the building, construct the project. If you don't have manpower, you cannot construct the project. If you don't have machinery, of course, if you have labor manually, you can do. But of course, if you want to go for a big project, you should require some machinery. अगर आपके पास एक बड़ा project है तो आपको machinery चाहिए. So ये वो 4 चीज़ें हैं, ये वो 4 M हैं. M for money, M for material, M for manpower, and M for machinery, which are known as the 4 M's of management. These 4 M's of management are used as resources in Microsoft project, in Primavera. दोनों के अंदर ये 4 resources हैं जिनको आप यूज़ करते हुए अपने प्रोजेक्ट की रिसोर्सेज असाइन कर सकते हैं. सो विदाउट फर्दर अडू लेट मी टेल यू दैट हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ रिसोर्सेज इन प्राइमावेरा. You can see these are the general types of resources if you Google that, and how many types of resources in Primavera. So let us open Primavera. So this is the resources tab. If you don't know how to go to this resources tab, you have to go to enterprise, click here, and then this is the option resources. So if I first show you the project which we were doing last time, this was our project. In the last tutorial we discussed the critical path and all the constraints. In this tutorial, let me tell you, we are going to discuss the resources and how to assign the resources. Click on enterprise, then click on resources. When you click on resources, you see this window and there is nothing present here. यहाँ पे तो कुछ भी नहीं. What you have to do is, you can see this is one downwards arrow available. It says display current project's resources. This project does not include any resources because in the previous tutorials we have not assigned any type of resource yet. तो हमने तो कोई resource assign ही नहीं किया अभी तक. जब तक हम resource assign नहीं करेंगे तो तब तक यहाँ पे इस project के resources नहीं आएंगे. Current project resources, they does not exist. So what you have to do is, this software Primavera does include some already built resources. If you want to enable all types of resources, just click here, go to filter by, click on all resources. This is all active resources, but no active resources are present, so you have to click here, all resources. If you click here, you can see all types of resources present. This is the name of the person, Trent Smith. So you can see, आप ये देख सकते हैं नीचे कर करके कि सारे तरह के आपके पास आदमी अवेलेबल हैं. These are the resources. That's up to you. आप इन सबको डिलीट करके नए रिसोर्सेज बना सकते हैं. इन सबको एज इट इज़ रहने दें और आप अपना एक नया रिसोर्स जनरेट कर सकते हैं. लेट मी टेल यू हाउ टू जनरेट अ न्यू रिसोर्स. यू हैव टू क्लिक हेयर ऐड. व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू क्लिक हेयर, इट इज़ गोइंग टू आस्क यू व्हाट इज़ द रिसोर्स ID. So you can write here labor, or you can just say L. Resource name, let's say labor. Click on next. Labor, people. Of course there are 3 types of resources in Primavera. One is labor, which is people. One is non-labor, which is machinery, equipment, etc. And third one is the material, which is cement, sand, crush, supplies. So these are the 3 types of resources available in Primavera. Let's say this is a labor. Yes, it is a person. We are going to use that as a labor. Click on next. Price per unit, rupees this per hour. अब उसका standard rate क्या है? If you want to see how can we obtain the standard per day charges or per hour charges of laborers in Pakistan, there is a tutorial in which I have already explained this, how to get market rates and how to get the input rates of materials and the different labors. I'm going to share the link here as well in this video. You can see. So you have to enter the rates. Let's say 800 rupees. Now this is per hour. So if there are 8 hours, So 100 rupees per hour, that is going to make it default units 8 per day. How many times he has to work in a day is 8 hours. So this is the 800 rupees per day, because it is going to work 8 hours. So I have divided that with 8. 800 rupees divided by 8, you get 100. So 100 rupees per hour I have entered here. Maximum units, now what is this maximum units or time? Now maximum units को understand करने के लिए आपको इस चीज़ का पता होना चाहिए कि अगर आपका एक लेबर एक दिन में 8 घंटे काम करता है, if a person works for 8 hours a day, how many extra hours he can work, like whether he can work up to 10 hours, up to 11 hours or not. This is one option. And second option is that maximum unit means that how many persons of that same labor is available, यानी कि आप एक बंदे की बजाय दो बंदे उसी काम के ऊपर लगा रहे हैं या नहीं लगा रहे हैं. सो मैक्सिमम यूनिट्स आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज हेयर, आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू. अभी आपने सिर्फ इनको प्राइस पर यूनिट को ऐड करना. यू जस्ट हैव टू एंटर द प्राइस पर यूनिट ₹100 per hour. Default units per time it is automatically going to calculate, because in the calendar we assigned, we gave it 8 hours per day. Maximum unit time is also 8. We are going to give, click on next, and here there are phone numbers and email addresses if you want to add. Click on next here. If you want to assign, click on assign and display current projects roles, filter by all roles. Now it says that if you want to assign any person, structural engineer, mechanical engineer, project manager, या आपके पास कोई ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टिंग बंदा अवेलेबल है, ये है लेबर यहाँ पे पहले से, मैंने इसको साइन किया, इसको बंद किया, यहाँ से नेक्स्ट किया. रिसोर्स कैलेंडर सेलेक्ट एन एग्जिस्टिंग कैलेंडर. ऑफ कोर्स हम एक एग्जिस्टिंग कैलेंडर सेलेक्ट करेंगे, बट हेयर आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू सेलेक्ट पाकिस्तानी 6 days एंड 8 hours कैलेंडर. ये हमने अपना प्रोजेक्ट कैलेंडर बनाया था आई थिंक. आई एम गोइंग टू सेलेक्ट दिस. क्लिक ऑन नेक्स्ट. ऑटो कंप्यूट द actuals for this resource. Yes, click on next. Yes, I want to set up timesheets. Next, user login. Fine, congratulations, you have just added a new resource. Click the finish button to return to the resources. Click on finish. Now you can see this labor has been added here. So I'm now in this project and I want to assign this labor to any of this activity. Let's say clearing and grubbing. If you want to assign any resources to this clearing and grubbing, you just have to click on clearing and grubbing and click on this general. If you are in any other tab, click on general. Here you can see that this primary resource is not assigned here. If you want to assign, click on labor, click on select. The selected resource is currently not assigned to the activity. Would you like to assign? Of course yes, we want to assign that. Click on yes, and the labor has been assigned here. If we go to enterprise and click on resources again, and in the display I want to filter current projects resources, then you can say this labor is now available and how many times he is working. 8 hours per day. तो अभी तक हमने एक रिसोर्स ऐड किया है इसके ऊपर. तो if you want to add more resources, this is the same procedure. You can add as many resources as you want: structural engineer, geotechnical engineer, mason, labor, steel fixer, cement, sand. The previously created resource was labor resource, and when you go to details, you can see there the currency assigned is dollars. We have to change the currency to the Pakistani rupees as well. Pakistani rupees. Click on plus sign. Now the currency is Pakistani rupees. The calendar assigned is Pakistani 6 days per hour, 6 days 8 hours. That is fine now. Okay ji, now I'm going to add a material resource here. The procedure is same. You just have to click here and you can write here resource ID. Let's say cement is the one I have to add here. I'm going to write here cement. Click on next. This is the material type of supplies, and as soon as you're going to click here, this option will be available, and you can see there are different units available. If you are not having your desired units available here, you can add any type of unit here. And how to add that, let me tell you first that. Click on cancel, go to admin. In the admin you have to go to admin currencies and units of measurement. There you can add any type of units here. So I have already added here bags of cement. I am just going to delete that, and now I'm going to add again. The unit is bags, so I'm going to write here cement bags. Now I'm going to assign. Now I'm going to assign a new resource here. CMT is the title, cement is the resource name. Click on next, material, and the units is the cement bags. Click on assign. So bags are available here. Click next. Rate of one cement bag, let's say 560 rupees. Default time I'm going to delete that. Maximum units also going to delete. Click next. Select an existing calendar. Yes, Pakistani 6 days and 8 hours. Click on next. Here Next, finish. Now you can see cement as a material has been assigned. Now I am going to link this cement to the project activities. Click on project, go to activities. In the activities, let's say the lean concreting is the one we want to add the cement on. Select the lean concreting or right click here, assign, click on resource, and there from there you can click on cement or click here select. As soon as you are going to click on select, you are going to see this cement available here. So price is 560 rupees of one bag of cement. Now I want to enable one column first, that is the budgeted material cost. For first here budgeted unit, this is the amount of cement bags you are going to enter here in lean concreting. और वो आपको पता कैसे चलेगा कि कितने cement bags यहाँ पे ऐड करने हैं? How will you get to know from the estimation that how much is the cement bags required here? Let's say for your experience, or let's say for the just for the teaching purpose, I'm going to write here 10 bags. As soon as I'm going to click here, you can see 5600 already. Automatically the price has been calculated. 560 is the amount of one bag of cement, and when you multiply that with 10, which is the budgeted units, these are the number of cement bags which are going to be used here in the lean concreting. So it has multiplied with 560. Now you can see 5600 is the amount calculated automatically. So this is the way you can assign as many material resources as you want. I am now going to go to generals, going to go to enterprise resources. Underneath that codes details you can see some material resource. Fine, everything is fine. So this is the way you can add the material resources, and this is the way you can add the labor resources, and the similar procedure is used to add the non labor resources. तो ये तो हमारा हो गया काम कि जी आपने रिसोर्सेज को समझ लिया, व्हाट आर रिसोर्सेज एंड हाउ टू ऐड द रिसोर्सेज एंड हाउ टू ऐड लिंक द रिसोर्सेज विद द एक्टिविटीज. Now what are maximum units? So the maximum unit says, for example, if the selected resource is one person, a reasonable value may be 8 hours units per day. In this case, the max units time would be 8 hours per day, or 8 hours of the work per day. Of course, you know that the international working hours are 8 hours per day. Similarly, if the selected resources are dependent with 5 people, अगर आपके पास 5 बंदे हैं तो maximum units time will be 45 8 से 40 hours per day. तो अगर आपके पास एक बंदा है तो वो 8 hours, तो अगर आपके पास 2 बंदे हैं तो 16 होगा. तो अगर आपके पास 5 बंदे हैं तो आप 8 से मल्टीप्लाई करते जाएंगे तो वो आपके maximum units होंगे. This means that the 5% can perform 40 hours of work per day rather than 1% performing 8 hours of work per day. So this is what is meant by the maximum units. अब अपने next tutorial के अंदर मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि हिस्टोग्राम क्या है और अपने रिसोर्स एनालिसिस कैसे करना है. So thank you, keep